speaking of federal government, happened to have a surplus that year. They did what they should do with it. They sent it out to all the towns. How they knew how much to send to which town, I have no clue. But they spent, in 1836, Congress passed a bill authorizing the funds for $5 million to be distributed amongst the states. The only strings attached to the money was if your town didn't have a meeting house, you had to use the money to build a meeting house as close to the geographic center of town as possible. This one isn't really right in the geographic center of town, but in 1836, that road out there was the equivalent of Route 1. Because it was the old stage road. It was the only road that ran all the way through town. I think it cost around, I think they paid $700 for the land, and I think it cost $800 to build the building. I'm not sure. But what I'm trying to figure out, Maine became a state in 1820. So I don't think there was any other states ratified between 1820 and 1836. So I'd like to figure out how many states there was in 1820 and figure out how they come up with the $5 million. They had every town meeting here from 1837 to 1951. And if you go down in the hall, down in the town hall and read some of the reports from the town meetings, some of them were pretty lively. And it was a big deal back then. It was an all-day affair. And then people would get out in the best buggy and then dress in their best clothes and, come here to the building and sit here. And it's funny, because you can tell the kids set up back. Because up back, all those pews up there, if you look at the back of them, they've all got initials and hearts and everything else. You should have confiscated all the parking lots before they started the meeting, But it's a great old building. Years ago, Mr. DeWitt and Richie McKelvin dragged me up here when I first got into the selectmen. And they said to me, David, we can't get the selectmen to spend a nickel on this building, and it needs to be fixed up. So I bit the bit for it and helped them, and we get the place fixed up. Of all the things I've done, the plaque I got from the state is the thing I'm really proud of. Thank you. Saying that we saved the building. And the frames, I made that frame, that's the newspaper article that was called Building. And that frame was actually made out of the board that we took off the building that we were working on. And on the back of that is a manila envelope with the actual newspaper in it. It's a neat old building, and I think it's a shame it doesn't get used more than it does. We started around 2000 using it every on the second meeting of every June. And I had an agenda set there for 2000. I just wanted to
Great, we lost it.
It's over there, it's still over there, we put it in the corner.
Where is
No, it should be on the desk, it should be right in front of you. I just put the papers
Yeah, he
together.
then just sort of.
You shuffled stuff.
It's returned. It's the one in my hand. It pretty much reads like the same thing we're doing tonight. Approval of the minutes of the meeting, road commissioner's report, fire chief's report, old business, municipal, Quashnet Church, Old Town House repairs, bonding of town employees, balloting for the MMA legislative policy, and appointments. Town administrator, town clerk, general assistant administrator, tax collector, treasurer, deputy town clerk, E911 addressing, selectmen's representative to the Fair Housing Authority, WEMA director. Back then we still had WEMA, that was paid for by Maine. First responders, and the codes officer was working on dangerous buildings on Western Road. That's up to there, folks. And small community grant program bidding time frames. And so pretty much 26 years, we're still pretty much doing the same thing. We look at the agendas for the selectmen back 100 years ago. 200 years ago. And basically, we're dealing with the same things we deal with today. They just spend a lot less money to do it. Of course, back then, the dollar would work.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Ready, go.
Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first order of business tonight is the approval of the previous minutes meetings of June 3rd, 2026.
I move the minutes be approved.
Second. Any corrections, deletions, or additions? Seeing none, those in favor? Okay, selectmen's comments. Ron?
Yeah. There was, the communications committee sent out a newsletter this week, and I think we're going to send out a second one on Friday because there were two things we forgot to add. Because the deadline for the tax club is coming up, and we wanted to make sure that we, because I guess sign up hasn't been so great, right?
Yeah, I don't think the word's getting out there, so we've only had 2 people sign up for it.
Yeah, so we'll send
I'd like
something
to
this week.
extend the sign up and see if we can get more people.
And the other thing is, I'll steal the thunder, we met with NSOT and MCOG and some engineering outfits over at the intersection of Route 1 and Mountain Road to have a first-hand look at the intersection, which has been cited a lot of accidents and concerns over the years. And MCOG picked that as one of their pinch points. And we didn't really make any decisions, or they didn't really make any decisions about what we should propose to do, but they talked about pros and cons of traffic lights or reshaping the intersection and clearing brush, that sort of thing. So hopefully that will lead to some action on that intersection, which has been a problem for many years. And we're still waiting to hear back from DOT about their audit, right?
Safety audit.
Safety audit. We haven't heard anything from them, have we? So hopefully, that's it.
Yeah, just to piggyback on what Tommy said, my feeling is, I don't know how much authority that group has. Like, we could tell them, every day about, well, we need a traffic light, or don't need a traffic light, or need to trim, or whatever. But I'm not convinced that that was going to the right people, and maybe it eventually will. But anyway, it was good to sort of see actually some of the bad behavior that people practice at that intersection while they were standing there, so that was good. I'm still working on the boat thing. I sent the HIN number, the registration number in the States, so still waiting to hear back from that. And then the last thing is something came up, and it's something we should talk about a little bit later, not tonight, about the process for determining students' residency in Woolwich. I was talking with somebody at Woolwich Central School and just thinking about her feeling is that there are people who are registering and are not residents. So, and we pay for those kids as our students. So anyway, and I think it's something we have to follow up with RC1 on. So, oh, and also, if you haven't noticed, I want to thank the Special Events Committee for being here tonight, and this was our closest time to, maybe not our closest time, but pretty close enough in this historic building to celebrate the nation's 250th birthday. So we hope you'll stay for cake and drinks after these things.
Cold beverage. Not the usual kind, but still cold.
And I just want to thank Sean and you for getting the building ready, and its grounds, looks nice.
Yeah, I like the way Sean voted. That was a great job. Maybe they'll take to him.
I know that, yeah.
Good day.
Good.
So just a couple of things. First of all, yesterday Debbie and I and Nick met with DOT landscape architect Kent Cooper down at the town office. It's walking around, got some ideas for some planting. He's, I think, going to put together a landscape plan at no cost to the town. directly, and we could pursue some plans down the road. Debbie, is there anything you want to add to that?
Just that we're talking about the area just below the town office where the road is going to be moved, and it used to be treed, and now it's cleared. So the question is, what do we bring in? And Jason would love to get information from people as to what you'd like to see there.
Yeah. He reached out this morning through an email. It looks like in late summer there'll be some sort of a start planning workshop.
That's great.
And another meeting coming up. The other thing is today at the dike down by the Taste of Maine, there's been some activity and people have been asking questions, and that is a staging area on DOT property for the erosive bridge project, which is being repainted and some work. And I think the bridge is already down. The bridge, yeah. I think it's already down to one lane, I think. Right, Joe? All right, and then I just wanted to echo the same thanks and add in Barbara and the Garden Club for the work that's out here. And David obviously works here all the time, and Sean and the event committee. And thank you all for what you do. That's it.
I don't really have nothing tonight, so we'll move on. Public comments. Anybody who's not on the agenda would like to hear about it now. If it's on the agenda, please wait for it to come up. Debbie?
Woolwich Day is going to be Saturday, August the 8th. So if you want to save the time between 11 and 2:30, 11:30 and 2:30 for hot dogs and hamburgers and Monswaggers and time to be under a tent and enjoy the neighbors, that would be great.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Move on. Town administrator, Kim.
The only thing I have is Steve, who is the new president, I believe, over at the Historical Society, was looking for old pictures of the town, and we went down to the basement, and he saw the old Milt Carlton Bridge sign, and I talked to David about it. And he wants to get the entire board's approval if they could display it prominently at the Historical Society to give that to them. So right now it's just a
I think she's talking about the Carlton Bridge sign.
Right, the Carlton Bridge.
Carlton Bridge, yes.
Carlton
Yeah.
sign, yeah. The only, I've always wanted to put that up in the hallway in Town Hall, but I never, it is so heavy, and I never figured out how to safely attach it to the wall. I mean, that thing's got a weight, it's at 300-400 pounds
Yeah.
at least. It's solid bronze, and it's 3.5 by 5, or something like a 4, something like that. It came off the end of the Carlton Bridge. There was one on each end of the Carlton Bridge. City of Bath got theirs, we got ours. But, yeah, I'd love to have it, if they can display it somewhere safely, I'd love to have it displayed. Anybody else on the board have an objection? That'd be great. As long as it stays in Woolwich.
Right, yeah, I mean, it's gonna go with the Historical Society. But as long as it's not, yeah, I don't know, I'll talk to him about it. That's all I have.
Okay, road commissioner, Jack.
Well, I have nothing, how was your game?
I do not, but I do believe you wanted to discuss the LRAP funds.
Yeah,
You want to do that now?
We've completed our paving with the Northeast Paving Company. I have 3 other little projects I'd like to get done. And in doing so, I'd like to ask if we could have $25,000 of the LRAP money perhaps pushed over to the paving.
For those of you that don't understand what LRAP is Local Road Assistance Program. We get the money from the state. We have around 36, 37. I have no objection, we get 25,000, so we want to make a motion.
So,
Second.
Those in favor?
And just to follow up on that, we have to use a different contractor, because Northeast is too big to do these projects. So, this is the way we can get them done and still not get impacted with town financially.
The road out here looks wonderful.
Yeah, they did a wonderful job.
I'm glad that you did it in 2 layers, that will last a while.
Well, it was so far out of shape, it was either it had to be ground, torn out, then regraded and graded, which was out of our budget stream, or we had to do the lifts that they did.
Yeah,
And Northeast is a wonderful company.
they did it. That's an excellent job. Okay, codes officer, Mike.
A few things. Since last time, I've issued 3 accessory structures, horse stable, barn, and a workshop. Some updates on complaints, 11 Seminole Stage, there's no update, still waiting to hear from the sheriff's office and the bank. George Wright Road did not submit an appeal, but last time I went by, the sign is down. We'll see how that goes. Did an after-the-fact permit on Stagecoach Road. And then last Friday, I went with our animal control officer over to a place on Mountain Road where I met with the daughter, and the owner has been hospitalized. Don't believe he'll be back. House is in very rough shape, a lot going on inside. So I did post it, so no one go in there, and daughter was okay with all that. And she plans on, I believe, cleaning it up and then selling it off, so. That's all the code stuff. I didn't know if you wanted me to chat quickly about the town meeting next week, maybe save you folks a meeting or not.
Well, we talked about, so we'll be there early. So if you want to come, I mean, we'll be there at 4 o'clock, or I'll be there at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'll do the microphones, we have the sheriff's department coming. We decided to keep the runner. Is that where you're going to TV?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the same. You're going to make a little statement in the beginning?
Right, so my plan is to go over how we got to that spot, sort of overview what happened at the last town meeting, and then go through some guidelines, but be a little more stricter, like 2-minute limit on talking, no clapping, no shouting, no belligerence, that kind of stuff, no outbursts, no that kind of thing, waiting to be recognized with a microphone before you even start to speak. And then on the articles, I plan on, from what I understand, when I explained the article on the library, that obviously there can't be no increase because that's the way the article's written, and say there can't be no amendment for any decrease. That's what I understand from the director at that selectmen's meeting. So I plan on saying that to the audience, and then just discussing if Article 2 passes, we won't go to Article 3, and if it doesn't pass, that we will.
And we're doing both written,
Yes, both.
written ballots
I would
and
say,
envelope cards
Yeah,
for registration.
yeah.
And then,
So the library, somebody from the library, the director, will say if there's any question. I don't know, she might have a short.
yeah, I think that's fine. I'll do the same I do with, out of town
Yeah.
staff, and no objection piece there,
Okay.
so that she can speak.
Okay.
so Kim, do you want us to carry stuff over?
The only thing we'll need is just the ballot box.
Okay, so we're okay with the stanchions and all that kind of stuff?
I don't think
I
we
don't know
will.
how many people are
Okay.
I think I told the school to set up 300. I don't know.
Yeah,
How many folks will have you?
yeah, all we need is just the ballot box,
Okay.
because I don't think you have all your
Yeah.
counties in that, so we're fine.
You got the sound
Yeah,
systems.
yeah. Just let us know, so I think we're all good.
Okay, great, thank you.
All right, the administrator, Danny.
So, we responded so far to, I can't remember, 16 calls in May so far, or June. We're in June now. I don't know what month it is. We saw 15 patients, transported 11, called MC1 twice, and responded mutual aid to Richmond once. It was a very busy night for everyone, so our crew went up there. Not much else. 2 of the new safes arrived several weeks early. We're still waiting for the one that goes in the station. I've spoken with the DEA. They're still just starting out there. Nobody in Maine has gotten their license yet, so it's going to be a long process. All of our SOPs are in order, except I have to put them to the town attorney for approval. And also I did, when I applied for the DEA license, I applied as a government entity, which means we may have the $888 fee waived, hopefully. So that's something. And other than that, one of our providers, Natalie Wagarat, received her advanced EMT license last week. So we have one more to go, testing soon, so hopefully we'll have another one. And that's it.
Danny, are you aware the city staff has sent us a yearly notice of the increase in the call price?
No, I didn't receive
Call,
that.
the response per call will increase from $476.24 to $488.62. And if a BAP rescue is dispatched, however, no services are rendered, the rate will be $238.12 to that's the old one, to $244.31 the new one. I don't know where they get the 12 cents and 34 cents.
Yeah, I should probably have that in my files or something.
So, and that goes into effect July 1st.
July
If you
1st.
want, we'll get you a copy of this.
Yes, yes, please, just so I have it.
Fire chief.
Oh, David, question for Dean. So I can't remember if I forwarded it to you, but I did hear again from Maine Health, reiterating the same stuff that they have to do, whatever. But they did say that they were going to be doing, engaging in some flexibility around their
Hopefully, nobody's
July
gonna be
14th.
ready by July 14th.
date. Oh, I know you will, but just, so pushing back helps a little bit, not enough, but anyway, that, I just wanted to
Maybe.
share that.
So, and the safe should fall within this year's funds that I have, so.
So they still say that their interpretation of what the DEA is saying, that they have to do this. Funny, the DEA says that's not right.
I can send you all the correspondence I have with those guys, so, yeah, see what their interpretation of their interpretation is. Yeah.
Kim, anything in your old business?
We have to have the fire chief.
Oh, fire, I'm sorry. Sorry, moving on. Go ahead, John.
9 calls so far in June. Got 3 firefighters that just completed firefighter 1 and 2 through 5 counties, so they're all fully certified now for structural firefighters. I'm pretty excited about that. And just the North Station, Jason, thank you for checking in on the progress on that. We should see that completed in a few weeks. So.
Yeah, Mr. Day says that he will be done before the deadline.
Yeah.
So,
What do we give them July 1st?
July 1st, yeah, the sheriff already asked him. He wrote a written response and said that he would meet it.
Yeah. Lincoln County District Attorney's Office called me Friday, I think it was, referenced the 2 subjects that were involved in that fire at Redstone a couple years ago. I mentioned this at the last meeting. It sounds like we're going to be getting a $700 and something check from them for compensation for the bill that I submitted for our services. And that's just covering the cost of manpower. It doesn't cover any of the apparatus, but that's fine. I'd like to request that that money can get put toward our maintenance budget if possible. Probably for the next, whenever we get, I'm not sure when we'll see it, but I'd like to have that put toward maintenance.
Yeah, we haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, I just wanted to make mention it so that we know what it's called. And that's all I've got.
Okay. All right, now we'll move on. I don't see anything in the old business that we leave out. Okay. New business, we've already talked to Andy about that fireman's contract. MMA and Legislative Policy Committee vote. They sent us a ballot of people that all be on that committee, and if you folks want to look at it, we normally just go along with whatever they want.
Well, it's a vote for 2, and there's
Just 4?
Yeah, 2 or 4.
Oh, okay.
So you're supposed to vote for 2.
No.
I know that Mark Myers from Bath is on the committee already.
Mark Myers and Justin
Can I see
Henderson.
it?
Let me just pass it down, David. Let's just, everybody look and see what you got. You may.
Yeah, I would like to agree with the first 3.
But pick 2.
2?
Yeah. There's no one pick 2. Okay, only pick 2.
Yeah. You know what, I like, so there's a big town and a little town.
So when I said the names, I did not pick the 4.
Oh, no, that's what I said. But,
You did it first and the third.
well, but I kind of like having this one because it's a smaller town
Yeah.
as well as, I know them all.
So you're thinking about 2 and 3. Tell me what you think. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Dale?
Sure.
I would agree with 2 and 3.
Okay, I go along with that.
So I move to nominate 2 and 3.
Okay. Any second on that?
Oh, yes.
All right, those in favor? All right, sign it.
And then
Okay. Unless anybody has anything else, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Those in favor? We're out.